Alright, this is part 2 where I'm showing you how to make arrays and put them into an Excel chart, and we're going to make a chart similar to this where we have each group of data, each series, colored by how old or recent it is. The older the lighter and the newer the darker. We left off where we had the series name explained here. So we were naming each series based on the date that the data was pulled. And let's keep going. Next, we need the series counter. So this is going to be, we're going to initialize that with 1. And now we're going to declare our range that we're going to loop through. So this is the data in our Excel sheet. So we're going to say dim range data as range, I as long as our counter, and then we're going to set this range equal to sheet oil chart dot range, and say B for current region. So that should grab this table of data. Next, we just need to loop through it. So then we're going to say for I equals 2, we're using 2 because we have a header row, 2 range data dot rows dot count. Next I. Once we're inside here, we basically need to distinguish, there's two things. Once we have a break where we're not in the same group of data so that the input, let's go, so on this Excel tab, once the input here changes, we need to input that series into our chart. But if it's the same, then we're going to just add the new data to that array. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So we'll say if the series name equals range data dot cells I comma 1 dot value, and we're going to convert this to a string. So we're doing the same thing. So if the series name, which we initialized with the first point here, but it's going to be, we'll change it so that it takes this, or we're checking each row we go to make sure that we're in the right series name, or that the series has not changed. So if the series name equals that, then we know we're we just need to add the data to the array. So then we're going to say array date, and we're going to say of the series counter, which is our position in the array, equals range data dot cells I comma 2 dot value. So this is just taking the dates here in column C as we go down. So as we loop down, it's populating this data, sticking it into the array date based on the series counter is just the however many data points are in each series. Then we're going to say array. Now we need to add the data to the array. Except it's going to be the third column. And then we need to add we need to increment our counter so that it keeps going. So that should be it. So now we have the new data appended to our array, but now we need an else here and if. So this will be if we are in the same series, add the new data, or let's call it new monthly data, and then the else will be if there is a new series name, we have started a new series and need to add the old to the chart. Perfect. Next, we're going to, so if the series name has changed, we know we have filled all the needed slots in our array. So we can redim our array so we don't have a bunch of extra zeros in there, and it's the right length for whatever amount of data is there. So we'll say redim preserve array oil 1 to series. This is another reason we need that series counter. Series counter minus 1, because we end the loop up here with adding 1 to it, so we want to subtract 1. So we have the exact number that we need. And what this will do is if we have 100 pieces of data in each series, then it'll say, the series counter will be 101, and we'll subtract 1 and it'll be 100. So we'll have the perfect sized array, which will matter for our chart, because if you have too many slots, you'll have your chart will look weird because it'll be zeros, and we don't want that. And then we're going to do the same for the array date, and then so this will get our arrays to the right size. And then we're going to add the arrays as a series to the chart. Okay, so we're going to say set series current. So this is where we're going to set, because it's an object, we need to set it equal to a new series. So we're going to say equals chart oil dot chart dot series collection dot new series. Okay. Now let's start adding the different variables to the series. So we're going to first set the series name. So we'll say series current equals series, series current dot name equals series name, and we'll say series current dot x values equals array date series current dot values equals array oil. Next, we need to reset. So that will give us all the information for that series and add it to the chart. Next, we need to reset our arrays so that we can add the next series in our list, in our data. So we'll do that by doing a redim. So we'll say redim array oil 1 to 150 double redim array date 1 to 150. It's long. I also need to notice that up above, oh, I fixed it. So we've reset the arrays. This will clear the arrays in advance for the next series. Then we are going to say series name equals range data.cells i,1.value. And then we're going to say series counter equals 1, so we need to reinitialize that. We need to say array date of series counter equals range data.cells i,2.value. And this will be oil. So we're basically doing the same thing. We are doing the same thing we did up above. Series counter equals series counter plus 1. There we go. I think that should do it. And sorry, I realized that my video did not show the rest of what I was typing, and so I had to reset it. Here is the chart over here. So I'm going to delete it, make sure it works again. So if we move this down here, and then we run this, boom, we've got it. So this is the, I'd say, part 2. Part 3 will be where I show you how to vary the colors based on the input date, which I think is really cool and applies to tons of different things. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Well, real quick, I'll show you. So if you see here, so this is the series of July 29th, 2020 at this time, and here's all the dates and all the data. So we have all of those as individual series, and if you see here, if I turn on the legend, you can see all those different ones. So we have all these different series in here from those arrays that we populated. Really cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.